Hey guys, Jeremy Perez here at Twisted Oaks Customs, and I just got back from Lowe's, and I'm always going through the tool stuff, so I pretty much can gauge the latest and greatest as far as new and old. So I came across this clamp, okay? Of all the clamps I have, I ain't seen one like this, so I had to give it a shot and buy it and see what we can do with it, see if it works, see if it. I mean, of course it works, but see how well it works, right? See what the big hype is. As well as chisels. I use chisels periodically, not a daily chisel thing, but man, this is just way too cool. You know, I was in the Army and we had all those Gerbers and multi-tools that did this stuff, so it kind of took me back a little bit, and man, I just had to have it. So
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
you know, let's do a little, let's play a little bit and test her out and see how both of these pieces do. And you know, if you guys would like one, or see if they're worth your while, I'll put the links in the description below. So let's get started. All right, so before we begin, I just like to, full disclosure, I am not paid or endorsed by Irwin company or anything. Like the last video with the stapler, I'm gonna give it to you raw, and just like, if it's great, I'm gonna tell you. I have a suspicion it's going to be better than not better. But either way, I'm going to give you the reality on both of these tools, whether they're worth it or not. So,
hey, don't encourage him. You think you're funny for your friends, huh?
Stupid. Okay, so this is the clamp, this is the tag that it came with, and it says it has 825 pounds of clamping force. And I'll be able to know because, well, I've got some pretty strong hands. They're calibrated at basically 1,000 pounds.
Alrighty then.
1,000 pounds clamping force themselves, so I played with it a little bit so I can actually look like I know what I'm talking about, at least for the sake of this video. So I played with this piece right here, and one thing I already didn't like off the bat is, some of them have those push pieces, like, because of course you can take this out and reverse it any which way to Sunday and make things a little easier. So you can do the reverse clamping. I don't really use it for that much kind of reverse. I usually keep them for the traditional clamping routine. But, so we're gonna go ahead and put this back on here. So another cool factor I would say that I really like about this new clamp is just based off the old clamp, because this is essentially the same length, same size, but just the ergonomics of it, right? I mean, just the grip is more of a rubbery. This is more plasticky on this end. So, and then if you look at both of them, right, it's like they're built better. It's not just one solid piece of plastic in the back, but it has this nice aluminum piece attached to it. So it just seems like it's more reinforced. It definitely feels heavier duty by comparison. I would say this feels like almost twice the weight than this one. So I would definitely give this clamp an A plus, just because of it's solidly built in my eyes, and it has this reinforced capability to go ahead and put a lot of pressure at the final moments. It'll clamp and then it'll set back, clamp and set back just a fraction. And that stuff, I guess it depends, of course, on what kind of clamps and how much wear and tear you put in the clamps. But overall, I definitely will reinvest in more of these clamps. So I'm loving it. Okay, so one thing that I already like this clamp for a great use for myself in my framework that I'm doing, especially for this sign, is if you see right here, there's a gap. I've nailed it, I've glued it, but sometimes it needs a little bit more. So, with the humidity and the premium pine, some things just gap and I don't secure it as nicely as I can. So naturally I grab my clamps, and you know, there's a lot of people out there that don't have incredible grip strength to put so much force to close this gap, right? And let's just say my hand is fatigued already, and I can't keep squeezing it in this angle. I can just grab it at this angle, a more comfortable angle, and put very little force.
If we use the force
to close that gap right there. And so, I mean, I'm barely, you know, I mean, I feel like when I'm clamping it like this, it's still giving way, giving back. You see all the movement here? It only goes so much, but this is like the final finish. It doesn't have that give, and it closes it all pretty good. So I'm definitely a fan of that in particular.
Wait a minute, fat boy.
Okay guys, so next on the list is the Irwin 1-inch chisel. It is nothing proprietary, you know, it's a standard chisel. Obviously this is a Stanley, this is, you know, not the same brand, but of course everybody's gonna have their different designs. But one thing it does say on the back of this per se is that it is actually lacquered for help resistance for corrosion. So I don't know if you can see close enough on here, but there is a little bit of a lacquer line right here. So they ain't lying. There's a lacquer, and there's a nice little shimmy, shine to this bad boy. And so looking up close, you know, it has this back metal plate here. So we open it, and it's connected with these two little lip pieces. And I mean, obviously the whole point of this foldable thing is to secure and keep your blade away from any kind of damage or contusions there because you know, you store these anywhere and everywhere, it chips metal or anything else that's not wood, they'll get damage to the blade. I am guilty as charged. As you can see, this blade right here is definitely a, you know, it's been through the runner here. So, you know, I'm guilty of disrespecting my blades, and I know for certain that if I had the option to have a bunch of blades like so, where I can store them, secure them, and keep them sharp without having to stuff them in a bag, and I was clueless and ignorant. I just got started into woodwork, so you know, I didn't know the first thing about storing and keeping blades sharp as they were. So with that being said, I went ahead and laid a little piece out here to give it a shot to see. I clamped them both down each side. Old clamp, new clamp, and I'm gonna check out the striking force for the hammer on this piece to see how it holds. And I'm just gonna be pretending as if I'm holding a regular chisel, you know, that's, you know, not holding it too tight, just lining it up where I need it and just. You know, so I mean, it's I have no issues with hitting it. See, it takes the hit pretty good, and you know, I would say that storing this in my pocket is a lot more safer than shoving this in there. So let's check it out. Okay, new year, new me. I know it's April 24th, but I go to the next April, whatever. All right, guys, so I would definitely say one of the things that was definitely attractive about this chisel was the fact that you can just take it out and put it away and actually walk around with this thing, not having an open blade just everywhere, having to be paranoid of where you're going. So There's been multiple times in my house alone where I have to chisel something out real quick and easy. And you know, I got kids, I got twin 6-year-olds, and the last thing I want is them around any of my sharp tools or my shop for that matter. But even when there is stuff laying around, it's nice to just be able to fold this and put it away or put it off to the side rather than an open blade on the table where that can easily fall off or whatever. So there's a lot of good safety pros on this one, as well as transportation. So, I mean, I'm stepping back over here, I could just stuff it in my pocket, go to where I need to go in the house with whatever reason, you know, take my hammer with me, and then I'll be fine. You know, as soon as I take it out and then use it and put it back in. So I would definitely say this is a really good selling point. Now, when I went there, I don't know about all the other lows, but when I went there, they only had one size, which is a 1-inch. They didn't have a variable. So I think what they're trying to do right now is test the market and see how many schmucks like myself.
The schmuck doesn't know what's happening.
Will actually go and buy something like this. But if they do have the 1/2 inch and the 1.5 inch, 1 1/4 and so forth, if they have the rest of the sizes, I'll definitely be going to get the rest to collect, because I know further down the line, I'll be using stuff like this for just safety protocol, kids and transportation. And not to mention the secure, safe, non-dull blades exposed to all the other tools in your bag or in your toolbox. If my girlfriend can do it, I can do it, okay? She was making fun of me last time, so whatever. It's I'm sick. It's whatever. All right, guys, so to wrap things up, this new Irwin clamp and this new Irwin chisel, you know, I would definitely say they are a pro. I'm definitely a fan. I'm not opposed to them. I know they have different sizes in these. I'm still standing by for different sizes in these. Right now, it's just a 1-inch. And if I go online, I'll post this one as well as any other sizes if there are any. And then y'all can take it from there. I don't remember the price offhand, but I'll post them in the video, so that way at least you can get an upfront idea of what they are. And I hope this helped you guys in any way, shape, or form. If you like what you had to see here, what I had to offer as far as value, please like, subscribe, and follow the page, and I'll get to you on the next one. All right, take care.